So Test Drive Unlimited has a feature in-game that I have not yet discovered, and I don't know why I haven't persisted on with it. But we've jumped into the Audi R8 today, and we're going to head on over to one of the early things that we did have in-game that I didn't persist with, and I don't know why. We of course chose our clan on episode 1, and we did choose Sharps. But as of yet, I've not went over to the Sharps HQ, and I've not started out the process of racing with the Sharps clan. I don't know why I've not done this yet, but perhaps it's a bit of a golden nugget for myself. I know we've got more progress with Sharps, so I'm going to head on over, I'm going to jump into the Sharps HQ, and I'm going to see what it has to offer. More content in game, more progression in game. I can't answer why I've not done it yet. I've been too caught up with the in-game racing. But we've headed on over. We're at the Sharps HQ, and it's actually rather big. It's rather fancy inside, isn't it? Le Salon at the back, Bugatti Veyron is going to be an in-game achievement that we can actually build towards unlocking that Bugatti Veyron. Let's take a look as we now get into the Sharps HQ. Concierge desk in front of us right here. I assume this is going to be like everything else. It is indeed just to change our car. There is that Bugatti. Okay, so that appears to be a clan member's car. Perhaps the top clan member. That's going to be cool. We've got a leaderboard up ahead there as well, so it's perhaps that Bugatti Veyron, the leader of the leaderboard. Interesting. More we have got to discover. When we look through the rest of this, there's not too much interactable so far. Le Salon at the back, so we have to join the Sharps to access the VIP area. We've got Hideki Kato, where I think we will now join the Sharps officially.
News travels fast here. You don't seem to recognize me, but no problem.
A bit of monologue, it's not the most engaging, but yeah.
Never mind.
We'll persist, guys. We'll persist. We'll see what's going to happen here. We're at the Sharps penthouse. We just want to go back. What have we got to do to unlock more? Come on, let us know. Yes, we're not a member. We need to become a member. We know that one.
Have you always wondered where the international elite gather? It's simple. They meet in the VIP lounge behind me.
Okay, so we have to beat Hideki Kato, I assume, in a race to unlock the VIP member area to become, officially, become a Sharps. That's cool. Are we racing the Bugatti Veyron though? That would be a nice touch. Gut tells me that's not going to be the case though.
If you lose, it's back to living.
So is it a one and done kind of situation here? We only get one chance to race Hideki. Let's take a look.
The style to be one of us. Okay, let's get behind the wheel and see, shall we?
We don't. We jump into D class to race Hideki here, Hideki Kato in the John Cooper Works GP. An interesting car. I do like the car for racing in game. They do sound fantastic in real life. I don't like driving minis personally, but the GP is a fantastically capable car. However, we've got an upper hand here. We have got the Audi TT RS, and I don't think, I'd like to be surprised, but I don't think we're going to have much competition. Front wheel drive GP Works, Cooper not getting off the line well at all. Of course, the 4-wheel drive launch from the Audi TT is essentially unmatched, and it seems that we've already dropped Hideki Kato. So we've done parts of this circuit before, of course, in the other direction on the early episodes, racing through D-Class. I'm sure this was a time trial, this kind of track that we're on just now, but we're kind of doing it in reverse so far, and not too much of a challenge for the Audi TT. I cannot get over the soundtrack of this game, the noise that we're getting out the back end of the cars, the TT in particular here. The noise we're getting out the back of these exhausts are simply fantastic. I actually seen Jimmy Broadbent put the video up the other day. He was in game racing with the R35 Nissan GTR. He of course owns one in real life, and he puts an audio comparison of the two in game and car, and they sound spectacularly similar. One thing I did just notice there is we can cut through that fuel station. There is no checkpoint, so we have actually just missed a little cut through section there of the track. We must remember that for the second lap. This of course being a 2-lap race, as we do come on and start off lap number 2, and we can see that Hideki Kato is nowhere to be seen. We really are pulling away from the AI this time out, and I do have a bit of a bugbear with the AI now that I have managed to play more of the game, and that bug is that AI just simply isn't competitive enough. Hideki Kato Yes, he is in the GP Works. Yes, it's front wheel drive, but over time that should have probably started to catch up with the TTRS, and we can see on the minimap that he's only just crossing underneath us at this point. AI, I have got a bit of an issue with. We do need more competitive AI in this game, but we'll persist with it as it is just now. We'll maybe talk about it a little later in today's episode. Focusing back on this race, the TTRS going deep into that left-hander, down the off-ramp of that multi-storey warehouse complex, wherever it may be. But yeah, the TT coming up into the fuel station here. We can cut through that fuel station. There is no checkpoint, but we don't capitalise. We have got some traffic there pushing us across the track. We take out the centre. Reservation, street furniture is such there, having to cross it twice and really slowing us down, so probably losing a lot of that advantage that we did have first time out. But as we do come over here across the line, once again first place and very minimal competition from the AI on this outing. So as it stands, that looks like we are now officially members of the Sharps clan, and we can hopefully get backstage to Le Salon. What has Hideki got for us
I
now?
wasn't at my best, but you did well. Welcome to the Sharps. Come on, let's celebrate.
Let's go. Let's celebrate. Let's do this. And we get Hideki Keto's vest. Interesting. Now, I do find that quite interesting. It's something we can touch on here. This is obviously a racing game with a story mode. It's not like Test Drive Unlimited 1 or 2, and it can't be. Games have to progress, they have to adapt with the times. Do we love the story mode? Overly? Not so far. Not so far. I'm not overly loving it so far. But it is something we can progress with. We can see what it does have for us.
It's your time to shine.
Depending on what we're wearing for what's going on, I don't think it's all too much of a focus of a racing game. But as it is, we do now have more races, as we can see here. Joining the clan, we now have the influencer that we have to rank up. Us ourselves being influencers, we have to rank ourselves up, completing the likes of these instant challenges, races with other real players rather. We've obviously got a set race pack here that has now been unlocked. We can now go in and experience more races in game against other racers, against other clan members. I like that it is more that we have now unlocked. So let's, Range Rover Sport pulling out in front of the R8 just there is not fantastic. Let's head on over and get into the first clan battle for today's episode. What have we got in store for us? We've got Strictly Business, Category D, so it's a daily driver class. Of course, we will jump into the Audi RS. Now, what I was a bit up in the air about with these clan battles, the prologue that led into this was 4v4, so 2 streets versus 2 sharps. We can see we have 8 races, 8 racers in this race, so that's not really came into effect so far. Secondly, the other thing I was thinking about with this, would it be 2 real racers from the sharps and 2 real racers from the streets going head to head to, get the bragging rights essentially? And once again, it hasn't been the case. What we do have here is fixed AI racers from the sharps and from the streets. In particular, we can see Amisha Parek from the Sharps clan, Joe Munoz from the Sharps clan, Remy Leroy from the streets. So it does appear to be once again fixed AI clan battles. I would like to see this, and perhaps this will happen over time. We will see progression, and it will be real players racing against each other for the bragging rights. Again, something that I may not have unlocked in this game yet, which is something I'm looking forward to unlocking. It is one issue I do have so far, is there's not enough head-to-head races with other real players. It does tend, or so far it has been, against AI for the large part. I think I've maybe had 3 races actually against real players. Yes, we do have the ranked races, which is of course going to be the focus of racing real players. I would like to have these circuit races just dotted about the track, dotted about the map rather, that we're racing constantly, consistently up against real players. But as it is, we're in this race, we're up against the AI, and once again, this is largely going to be the issue with today's episode, guys. The AI really isn't challenging at all. Now, previously I have spoken about the AI, how it's adaptive AI, how we have to learn to grow with it. Adaptive AI, it is going to be the future of games. Fantastic backfire once again from the TTRS. But with adaptive AI, it does give us a bit of an issue, and I don't see the adaptive AI in TDUSC so far giving much adaptation. It has been very static, and the AI for the large part hasn't been very challenging. Now, I would say perhaps 1 out of 10 races I have a bit of a battle with AI. Cross-country races, I think, we're the outlier there. They are competitive because mistakes are made more often. when we have these road races, these street races, then we tend to not really see the AI much in this race. In particular, we can see the AI absolutely nowhere to be seen, still coming down the back straight and not being around that big loop section just yet, apart from one car, which is about a corner behind. So I would like to see this change over time, perhaps in the next update, that Test Drive Unlimited changes the competitiveness in-game. Amazing noise once again from the TT. I would like more challenging game from the AI. I would like to choose how difficult the AI is, or the adaptive AI becomes more challenging, adapts quicker. Moving on to the second race for today, we do jump into the G-Class, Asphalt Jungle, and we jump into our beloved Bentley GT Continental, and we make a huge error for this race. Now yes, we get a fantastic launch off the line, blasting past the DB11, but as we can see, we have a soaking wet road surface here, and we have semi-slick tyres fitted to the Continental. And semi-slick tyres on a wet road surface, as we can see, does not match. We have next to no grip, and we have next to no braking efficiency, locking up every corner, heading on straight, understeering essentially also. So far we do have an issue with this outing, and that's an issue, and it's a mistake from myself. We have to pay attention to the race type that we're going into. Looking back at this one, we can see it was going to be a wet surface, a wet race, and we should not have had semi-slick tyres fitted. Why is the traffic crossing over the road there? I don't know. We've managed to negotiate around them. We're going to be like Bambi on ice with this track, guys, or this race rather. Really struggling, but it does appear that the AI is also struggling here, so we would like to think perhaps AI have the best selection for this race as we go deep once again onto that little right hand kink. We would like to think that the AI would have the best tyres on the car fitted for the race. It appears that they've done the same as what I have semi-slick tyres fitted and are completely struggling once again. Coming down this hill, we have got a tight right hand hairpin. Are we going to be able to actually negotiate this one at all? It's really not sexy, but we negotiate it and we power down on the GT Continental. There's just no challenge from the AI, and it is the big issue. I want to have more challenge in this game. So whether we start focusing on AI races and we start getting more ranked races done on the channel, that may be the case, because it's not overly exciting watching the GT Continental just rip through the track, have very minimal challenge apart from my driving abilities. On that note, I am not the best driver in game, I know that, but I'm relatively competent at racing games. I have played them for many years now, I won't go into how many, but the fact is I'm still not getting any challenge from AI is very frustrating. When we do the off-road races, mistakes can be made and we start to get a bit of a challenge. So perhaps on the channel I might have to start focusing more on the ranked racing, so we're racing up against real players. It's more engaging, it's more fun, it's more competitive, it's probably what I like to do more. Yes, we have got the ranked races, we've had some good battles with the likes of the Taycan, and I think there was an Alpine as well we did on the channel. We had a fantastically dominant race in that one. But there's always been a couple of races I've done in my own time against ranked racers, and they've been tooth and nail, proper battles to the end, and that's what we want to see. Unlike this race here with the GT Continental, absolutely mincing all of the competition and having next to no challenge. So we'll move on to the last race for today's episode against another GT Continental, and we can see there is a Porsche Taycan in this race. We know those cars are incredibly broken, so hopefully we've got a bit of a challenge here, and an absolutely stunning Ferrari Portofino on the outside there. Beautiful, beautiful car. Four-wheel drive launch once again from the Bentley GT Continental, really not having much of a challenge off the line. Sounds like there was a crash in the background there. The GT Continental not having that issue. This track in particular has got a hidden beauty. I've raced this track before and we'll obviously come up to that hidden beauty shortly. We can see we do have an AI on that minimap. It is keeping up with us. Now I do assume that AI is a Porsche Taycan, it is a Misha Perec, and I assume Misha is in that Porsche Taycan as we dodge the minivan coming down this down this section here, dodging the TT on the outside there, also left-hander, as we do come down into the hidden beauty of this track. Like we can see on the minimap, as we just missed that Ford Raptor, the F-150 rather, we have a fantastic snaking section of this track, perhaps more suited to a rear-wheel drive. Oh wow, that Taycan really going wide that time out. Power sliding down that right-hander. As we negotiate these left and rights, we can see this is obviously fantastic fun. Power sliding using the e-brake, the handbrake just a little bit here to get the back end of the Continental round. Perhaps more suited to a rear-wheel drive. We obviously have an immense amount of fun. I think I might come back here on free roam and play about with this one, get the drift scores up for Frim points. Plenty of opportunities right here. But a fantastic little section there to just whip the back end of the cars round and have a little bit of fun. Now we can see up on the right, the AI coming down the hill is a little bit closer through that tighter section, so perhaps we had a bit too much fun, power slide a bit too much and let the AI catch up with us. But as we now progress from there through the right hand, left hand into another right hand, a little bit of a snaking section, missing the traffic here, hopefully nothing's coming round on the outside there, which isn't. We have now powered away again from the AI. We can see they're just passing us on the left there on the minimap. So once again, yeah, the AI not giving us all too much issues. Slightly more competitive, but not quite challenging us for this race. In particular, it would be that Porsche Taycan. Really should be on the back, if not ahead of this GT Continental, and it simply isn't. So TDU, Solar Crown must improve. Better AI, more difficult races, please. As we absolutely tank it down the rest of this track and we outbrake ourselves coming into that right-hander. We catch the curve on the outside there, bang it into reverse, move back, bang it forward, and we progress on. Hopefully the AI start to catch up with us and give us a little bit of a battle as we look back, and we have ruined the front end of this magnificent Bentley Continental. Such a beautiful front end, and we have made a mockery of it by hitting that wall. But we progress, we advance on. We've got about 15% left of this race, sliding across the track ever so slightly there, but we managed to stay on course for yet another win with our powerhouse, which is our Bentley GT Continental. I do love this car. Big debate whether it was going to be the Bentley GT Continental for the G-Class or it was going to be the Aston Martin DB11. I felt like I'd made the wrong choice for quite a long time because of that soundtrack on the DB11, but when we race with this GT Continental, it really shows how fantastic a car it truly is. Back down through the streets here, under that overpass. A little bit of a tight section, but not really posing all too much difficulty as we do head down towards the line, about 5% left of this race. Again, a walk in the park, but it's fantastic to get in here and start racing on these clan battles. Whoa, we just miss a Porsche there as we do come down towards the finish line. It is good to come down here and now experience the clan battles. We obviously know we've got reputation points, we've got influencer points to start to rank up. We can see at the bottom of the screen just there, clan influence up to 6,500 level 3. So a lot of progression to be done there, a lot of unlockables. We get stickers this time out, which I'm sure absolutely nobody cares about. But yeah, I don't know why I've not done this sooner, and it's something that we can now progress with. We've got a lot of races unlocked, we've got a lot of head-to-head challenges we can now, you know, get on with. But overall, yet another thing unlocked here for Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, something I'm looking forward to progressing with the streets. We're going to knock in here, but there's a couple of collectibles. There's also new collectibles also for reputation points and stuff. We can see it just on the left of the mini-map there. Probably going to do most of this in my own time. It's not engaging, it's not fun to watch, I know that, but like we can see just here, we do have reputation points for the clan battles. What does this give us overall? If it would hurry up and let me see. It's not going to show me. Oh, there we go. 1500 XP for the clan influence, which is good. A lot of collectibles now unlocked, and we'll probably do most of them in my own time. But guys, I'll wrap that one up there for today. Please do like, please do subscribe. I want to grow this channel as much and as quickly as I can. I can only do that by you guys liking and subscribing to these videos. Thank you very much for watching again. I do appreciate it, guys. Back in a couple of days for the next outing, where we'll be in the supercars. Catch us then, guys, and I will see you all in the next episode.